episode of Curse of Mighty Misery. Tonight we're playing the modern Curse of Strahd, but it's changed, transformed, and we're playing in the system and the setting of Frostmark RPG. Everything created by moi. There's a content warning for tonight of bad language, heavy topics, gothic horror, and perhaps some gore. We shall see. And with me, I have a lovely cast. We usually have Lady Lyra Heffelman, Magus played by Julie, who unfortunately couldn't make it today, so I will be emceeing her. But then we got Amardia Chichen Warlock played by Cookie. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, I'm staring down asphodite. It's really nerve-wracking.
And also thank you for the description. Nix of the Vestania Tiefling Bard played by Adriano. Hello.
On Mistrad.
Ah! The Stradgate. And then not least, we got Sir Asphodite, Dragonborn Paladin, played by Aeronox. Hello. Every time. What happened last time, gang?
Poetry. Jesus, holy
What did
balls,
it happen
guys.
last time?
Holy fuck! What did happen last time?
I mean, if you're just coming into the chat and hearing this, you just like, hold on to your lily white butt.
Okay. We started it off with a challenge to Alphadom with Kirill, the current alpha of the pack, who has aligned themselves with Strahd. How did that go, Aero?
I think it was just poetry.
Yeah.
Beautiful poetry. You can give it an award of how well it went. Just
Like a raspberry award?
yeah, what? Yeah, we'll say that. A raspberry award. Beautiful, exquisite.
Started off pretty good, and then we deviated from the rules. Which triggered some wolfers, some puppers to get angry. I made so many initiative rolls, who all basically amounted to not much. Because then, in that dire situation, what did Nix do?
Well, there was a lot of confusion.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of aggressive-looking poppers that were initially focused on the betrayer of tradition, Asphodite, as she straight up wanted to murk Kirill outside of the tournament rules. And when the pack, not the pack leader, but like the XX pack leader said, disqualified, objection, or Phoenix Wright style, Kirill pushed her squeeze down a hole, and Asphodite was like, well, if you're not fighting, I'm gonna go grab your squeeze, right? I'm gonna go take what's important to you. In the heat of the moment, leaving Nyx and Hamartia and Esmeralda to be like immediately surrounded by every other dog, werewolf, popper, say like, well, where's Asphodite going? I'm like, whoa. So, as Nyx's heart beat heckin' fast and hard, he chose to believe in himself. Harder than he's ever believed in himself before, in the hopes to ensure that blood is not spilt for the people that are in his charge, including that of Hamartia beside him. And in doing so, channeled heckin' Strahd energy and went straight to the top of that pyramid, became the true alpha, and said, "Stop right there, criminal scum."
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Playing the performance of a lifetime, trying to ensure that people are like, wait a second, is this guy for real? Like, you were a Vestali once, and now you're the Lord himself, are you sure? And the dice gods believed it. So therefore the puppets did too. Leave it to these guys to resolve the Fight Night episode in priority. Absolutely. There will be blood in your throat.
Okay. Yeah. We had Nixovich question Kirill's leadership and how brazenly Zuleika could just talk rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
So we sent a bunch of dogs after Zuleika as she ran away.
Don't be suspicious. Back that off
Yeah.
the cliff.
Yeah.
Nothing to do here.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Basically.
We had...
And then, like, then we had Kirill on the side there saying, whoa, is this for reals? And then Asphodel doing, like, a sort of run around the catacombs beneath. And hearing Stradron Nixovich's voice poking her snoot out and seeing Strad there, not seeing Nix, but seeing Kirill there, heavily wounded, took the initiative. Asphodel?
Yes.
Yes. But...
Yes.
Yes, what happened?
Yes.
You very yesed it.
It is
I-
confirmed now.
We
Yeah, yes! Exclamation point took the initiative. The opportunist, of the moment, ended Kirill right then and there. Tore her about like a chewed toy till her body separated from her head, and the body just went flying and slapped itself right in front of Nixovich.
Whew. And then Asphodel was the one to go run away.
A tactical retreat. She doesn't know what's going on. We just know that Hamartia soared some kind of fealty. What's going on? This betrayal?
Yeah.
Where is Nix?
There's Essie.
Essie? Like, what?
There's a fucking
what
big
happened?
eagle after you now? What
Yeah.
the hell?
Giant
Two
eagle?
of them, actually.
Hamartia was working for Strahd all along. Betrayed. Hurt. Wounded. Well, if that's the case, she not knowing what went wrong, involving Strahd and the others, tactical retreat. And if she's gonna go down, damn it, she's gonna bring one other person down with her on her way out to the pearly gates.
Yeah. You went down again. Couldn't find Bianca, but did stand closer to the statue where you had that inner voice communicate with you again. But Hamartia finally could tell you that it's all a ruse.
I'm like, what?
Fake news.
A big
Oh
ruse.
man, fucking ruse. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
The plan swapped and evolved to a whole new one.
And
And Illyria just like going, what? what?
but finally realizing what's happening.
What's going on?
Oh my god.
There was some notes being sent that weren't successful, but she figured out what is happening.
Everything's good, right? No, it's not.
And what happened before we ended last episode? Adrian.
Well, Nyx basically, as Strahd, told it how it is, and saying, look, this is what's happening, and we're gonna go bring ML, and then one of the others were like, wait, yeah, you've got him, right? And then, like, Illyria was like, it was all a lie, clearly, you have fallen victim to rumor, and you suck. So, we're gonna bring him here back to this werewolf hovel to reestablish proper leadership that is not thwarted by insurrection, the kids will be taken away and kept safe because clearly this is not a good place for them. And he also saying that, hey, you know, I use this form sometimes. So if you see this form, and he turns back to Nyx and say like, this is really me. This is really me.
Yes.
And he's like, yes, sir. Got it.
God, I
Mr.
can't
Purple,
wait
sir.
until Strahd finds out. Holy shit.
We're gonna do the whole Spider-Man meme where we're pointing at each other.
Oh my god.
It was strong enough to convince the doggos to jump off a cliff
Yeah.
and die.
You did. We turned werewolves into lemmings. That's what we did last episode.
Oh man.
Oh god. The joy. Alright, let's return to this clusterfuck. Ay. So, I jump into the deep end, caused by mounting frustration, and old challenge issued, but its rules ultimately broken by a heart ruled by unruliness. The disrespect turning the community against the rebel and her friends in turn. Heartbeats of utter chaos, of doomed struggle, and in that discord a luminous spark of inspiration, supported by gleaming talent. From the most dire of circumstances to the lowest of lows, to then soaring high among the clouds. The last act of defiance before a believed demise, the poetic mirror of two fleeing paramours. A disturbing discovery of a foreign entity nestled deep within, and a decree to the guilty mother to watch over the young ones for the benefit of the false count, as well as a noble search for the true alpha. The twists and turns are rapid and anxious-ridden. But the field has now been sown, the bed has been made. Now you have no other choice than to lie in it. So, as a new silence spreads over the site of the ritual grounds, Nyx, our secret Strahd, what do you want to do next?
Taking Illyria's hand, almost very like your hand is now in my hand style, as opposed to, holding my hand out for her to take it. To try and continue the illusion, as assertiveness. And not looking back to see Nyx's expression change for Ezzy as he looks to her as, holy fuck, what the hell has just happened? He wants to gesture firmly with his head, like, get in the cave to Ezzy, as he leads Illyria this way, and said, looking to Illyria, says, come, my dear, there is the matter of a dragonborn. And
yes,
go ahead.
a dragonborn, yes. What are you going to... She kind of breaks up, looking pretty anxious at you. Essie, on the other side of the... just like peeking her head, just beside a rock, and she mouths to you very overtly, but she didn't say anything, but she mouthed, what the fuck, to you back.
Makes his eyes as wide as saucers. And he kind of gestures to her, like, hurry the fuck up.
Essie, steps out from behind the cliff, really stiff, stares at all the werewolves, and then shuffles really fast.
So, Nyx is not gonna walk as much, he's gonna, slightly hover off the ground.
Sure.
Because he's still got fly up. Walk-ins for chumps. Just to-
Scan is gonna call after you. My lord, should we come? We are free to follow you down into our cave, yes?
I'll turn, look back over my shoulder and say, "You will call when you are you will come when you are called. Stay put. I will deal with this myself."
The werewolves, some in their humanoid form and some in their wolf form, turn to look at each other with side glances, but they don't move. Gives you a wide berth, as to say, and you, Illyria, and Essie, hot on your tail, make it down into the deep caves once more. Right, you guys come in from over here. Then we have Essie as well, trailing behind. Alright. As you come into the cave, there's an immediate, I assume, breath of relief, as you don't need to play. Hold up, the act. And as you round the corner, you see that Asphoda is kind of flanked by two eagles, and she's staring pretty angrily at the statue in front of her. I assume.
I believe that since Hamarti already told Asphoda what was up, she would no longer be looking at the statue, but rather the sheer confusion of what the hell between Hamartia at dusk and dawn.
Well, then you probably, both of you, turn to look to the footsteps, being a little bit worried of what's going to happen next, but there's also relief in you as you see that the group is back together in somewhat privacy, at least for now.
We need to get the hells away from here as fast as possible. Let us not tarry. Come on.
Asphoda, unable to speak, quickly, in werewolf form, because what clothes are there is now with her armor, goes over to her armor over here where she previously transforms to grab it, her halberd, her goods, and put it by the eagles. It's like, get it up, I'm naked.
Yeah,
the eagle acts as a shower, almost like a curtain. He just envelops Asphoda.
Other to see here.
Sense what's going on there.
Is Asphoda still in werewolf form or not?
Yeah, she was still in werewolf form because it takes a long time to put armor on. And if we're in a rush, she's just moving the armor to put it on later, not now. Just grab her stuff and go.
I think next we'll call out. I think we have a few more minutes. It's not super urgent. I have no idea exactly how I managed to pull that off. If I'm truly honest with myself.
Yeah, that was intense.
Yeah. I don't care how many minutes we have. This is very good job, Nick. That was brilliant.
Esty comes up behind you and kind of clobbers you in the shoulder. Oh my fucking god! That was amazing! Nix, I didn't know you had it in you! I was happy to get some action, but it looked bad. It looked very bad.
We can congratulate people later. Let's get out. So, I am chasing Asphoda, okay? So, you have no idea where we are.
Wait. I don't think it's just a simple question of getting out here. We have to return here. We have to maintain the act here. Okay?
Okay.
As for that, we have to come up with some sort of idea. I mean, if you literally murdered their alpha in front of literally everyone, outside of their traditions, and I assumed the form of Strahd, and you defied me as Strahd, and then ran away, we have to sell The punishment.
Asphoda reverts like back into her dragonborn form, the fur retracting, feeling completely awful and wrong as it goes back under her scales. She has like a cloth over her while her arm is gripping the head of Kirill. As she says, right. I have an idea for that. Strahd has the power to turn people into thralls, mindless zombies. Just put a bucket or a helmet of some sort over my head, and I will act mindless to your whims. A punishment fitting for a paladin.
I'm just gonna throw it out there, but we do have the hat, it seems.
Yes, but
We can.
it takes an hour to get Asphodel familiar on how to.
Listen, I can put a curse on Asphoda and that we might be able to sell it.
Well, we need to chase Asphoda out of the cave anyway. So what, does she need to take the hat, disappear for a while, and then return as a servant of Strahd?
Why can't she just like run away and I'm giving chase after her? She was very fast. Or maybe she got me. Maybe Asphoda got me down and now I'm bleeding out. Something.
Oh. This is a lot of ideas right now. We need to come up with something simple and fast.
Asphoda got away and I'm down for the count.
But that wouldn't sell the Strahd. Think Strahd would clearly be powerful enough to out me.
Right.
Wait, can you disguise Kirill's head as my head?
No. I mean, I can't do that. I don't know if Hamatir can do that.
Check. Minor illusion for how long it lasts.
Yeah.
Minor illusion is a static image. It won't move when you move the head.
Yeah, and SDX, yeah, so
You would have to be like greater image or something like that. Nix will say like, Hamatir, do you have your daggers?
I do.
I think to show true dominance, Strahd will have to bite you. No?
Indeed.
Might sting, but at least we can simulate fang marks on your neck as for that.
But,
Well, if it's for this cause, go ahead. And she kneels down and exposes her neck. Make it quick. And don't hit my jugular so hard.
I'm just
Go
gonna...
deep enough to strike that.
No, I'm not an expert in any ways, not like Von Richten was. But I do know that you need to actually die to rise as an undead vampire. So, won't they like see that you're alive?
I was trying to really sell this.
What about, how did you get Van Richten then? How? I mean, right, because Strahd came for Van Richten, as you've told me. Didn't he? What did he do with him later?
We don't know.
But how did he get Van Richten out? That's my question.
I believe Valeria has told us already that a strange sarcophagus or armor suit that opened up allowed him to be put inside.
Okay, maybe we can like.
No, it was just a strange and dark set of armor without a head that just escorted him into the forest, and I don't know what happened after that.
Okay, good. We have two eagles here that can fly as for their way symbolically. But we need to leave some signs of struggles on her for it to work this way.
Right?
Well, very well then.
Maybe we could leave the hat with Asphoda and she can get used to it and use it. come back with it.
Why do we need to come back here?
There's still Felix.
What about it, Felix?
And the other children, I mean, that's Ilya over there, the burgomaster's son.
Yes, but they chose not to come. We gave them an option, and they chose...
Not so sure.
Felix. Not Felix. He wasn't around to have that choice.
Isn't he... Is he the small one that hunted with them?
Yes! That's Yeska's brother.
But he seemed pretty content with being here if he's hunting with them.
Well, he had to, since Yeska was still here. He does things for Yeska, but Yeska's no longer here. Felix will go where Yeska is.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
Felix
Milivoy
is his
still
older
outside.
brother. And there is also Milivoy.
They actually don't have a family relationship, Arrow. They just lived in this same orphanage.
Oh, like, Asphodel knows, but also they're pretty much like brothers.
Okay,
That's what
yeah,
he's
okay.
getting at.
I see. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we also need to consider, Cecilia, we have left Milivoy and the kids out there in the cold.
I will collect them soon enough, just as after we've dealt with this Asphodel situation. I'm kind of bouncing back and forth. Do we need to show a display of force? Does Strahd want to kill Asphodel publicly?
You have the giant eagle. I already look worse for wear. Just have the eagle fly me away in its clutches, bleeding out.
That sounds effective.
True.
Yes. Just give me more.
But
You
like,
just
can
kill it.
you... Yes, and there needs to be some sort of performance here.
Well, Asphodel takes her halberd and like looks at it and looks like amongst the other one, everybody else, between Illyria and Esmeralda, before handing her a halberd to Esmeralda. Strike me a few times. Get the blood everywhere.
Right? You want superficial cuts, a lot of blood?
We have to make it convincing. A struggle was here.
Alright. Well, the halberd is... give me a moment. Dusk dawn. Do it.
Do it?
Yeah, Diggles,
Okay, yeah, there's like... Essie also helps. She says, sorry. Oh. And
Don't be sorry like you mean it.
And
I mean it! Strike.
Hamatia will scream,
You left me no choice.
and then okay.
Yeah, okay. I will basically say that you're down to a third of your HP at this point.
Alright, gotcha. I'll bring it down to a third.
Yes. For
Okay, then Nyx will like touch her where there is like blood to like get blood on his hands, and also like put blood on his like a lower lip.
And Hamatia will just smear as for the blood all over her body so that it looks like the injuries are actually worse than they are.
Blood's pretty chilly. It is not warm.
Oh yeah, no, cold-blooded.
Ah, it's like a refreshing beverage.
It's like a nice tea.
Yeah,
It's always refrigerated.
it's a long Asphodel iced tea.
Ooh,
And Hasma, like after this, she just kind of like gets down on the ground, make sure the blood pools on the ground, so that this is where she's fallen.
Yeah. Okay.
Makes the gestures of like her falling on the ground, so that the splatters are accurate. Before looking at like either Dusk Dawn and then finally Hamatia
Dusk
and
will pick
say,
up because he is most booking.
Okay. And,
Golden Astra.
And make sure that you tell these eagles to like fly them closer to werewolves. So this is not for naught.
Yes, do a little bit of jiggling. Let the blood drip.
Yes, and as I'm gone, take care of my armor and halberd.
Oh, actually, I have an idea. Dusk will grab one hand and Dawn will grab the second hand, so it will look like she's crucified.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Damn.
and she's
No, she has
naked
to be
and crucified.
Yeah, naked and crucified and like bloody and dead. Nix does have a certain. Do we have a bag of holding?
Yeah, you have a mini bag of holding.
Mini bag of holding, right?
That-
Yeah, I'm trying to see where it is on my sheet, but
It would probably be able to fit us for the stuff, but it would be interesting
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do a equipping count in the future.
trying to find out who has it because we had it.
Might be Illyria, but you just put
No,
it.
I have it. It's called Dragomir's grab bag. That's what it's called. It's not called bag of holding. Dragomir's grab bag.
Oh no,
but
that
yeah.
was the bag of minor curses.
But then we have two things with bags. We have bag of minor curses and bag of what's the bag of holding called?
A bag of minor holding.
Okay. I don't think okay. I'll change that. Okay, Nix will have that too, I suppose.
Okay.
Why not? Where is it? Priorities. Bag of minor holding. And Dragomir's grab bag. Cool.
Yeah. The like it's more of a slim kind of backpack. The bag
Yeah,
of
like
holding.
a haversack, right?
Yeah. The Dragomir's grab bag is like more like a little purse. Like it's a smaller kind of bag.
Okay. I don't think it was clear, but now it is clear.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So I do the packing. No, I'll hold on to the halberd. I'll just put our clothes and armor
Okay.
within the bag, and I will hold the halberd.
I see. Oh, so okay. So where are we meeting up after all of this? With Bellavoy? Just down there?
By the river, perhaps, where we camped before.
Alright. Is that okay with you, Esfreda?
Yes, I assume the Millavoy and the others are going there anyways.
True.
So, well, and she's still lying on the ground. Oh, take me away.
Yes. Hamatia gets on Dawn, and they both lift
Yeah.
by the hands.
Oh god. Yeah. And you will have to take the normal entrance. They cannot take the back entrance since they're flying side by side.
Yeah.
But you're gonna like soar up and then pass that the outdoor area so they can see clearly.
Yeah, and Asphodus has her head slumped, with clear, deep cuts everywhere, fresh, naked, humiliated.
Jesus.
Oh my
I'll see you in a bit and take care of Asphodel later. Okay, see you out.
Okay. And you guys go flying. Kaka!
So go flying.
I'm just gonna put you in a corner. I'm gonna put babies in a corner.
Þegar ég hætti að reyka svona mikið gras, þá bara hætti ég því.
There we go.
Svo ég...
Alright. You guys leave the cave, Asphoda dripping some blood. As you do, there is Hamardi, as you look back behind you on the eagle back, you can definitely see that you have caught the attentions of the werewolves who stare as you dive into the mist and disappear out of view. And you head southeast towards the river and you old camp.
Nice.
Awesome. And then the two ladies beside Nyx go
If you kaupi einhvern
stares at Nick, stares at each other, and so what are we gonna do now?
Ef ég að fara í einhverja lilla ferð í bústað.
I suppose I have to sort of tie this all off and meet you outside.
Þá kaupi ég mér svona
Don't know, unless you wish to stay here for any reason, I don't think.
I want to try and
Ef ég að celebrate einhver, þá ég alveg til í að fara.
interact a bit more with Ilya.
You do that. I will try and buy you some more time to get her out.
Good.
I think she should leave with you.
I would try my best. Let's see what happens. Alright, I'm gonna go out and see if Milivoj has left, and if not, I'm going to hurry him up. Does that sound good?
We'll meet back at the camp.
Okay, alright. If you die now, cousin, I'm going to be so mad that I'm gonna revive you and then kill you myself. And another box on your arm.
Mm-hmm. Nyx kind of registers that as she knows that she's really impressed.
She is.
Nyx kind of takes a huge breath, like a deep breath, like he has to like psych himself out. Okay, gotta put this down again. Big Chad energy. Let's go once more.
I'm better than everyone. I'm better than everyone.
Before I forget, with in Kiro's head, could Hamartia hold it like wrapped in some of Asphoda's clothing so we still have her head?
Yeah.
So fly off with her head.
Martia has like a special like gooey section in her coat.
Oh!
Okay.
Okay, fine. Hamartia has seen a lot of blood and gore in her life, so that's acceptable. Okay.
Next to the pocket maggots.
Ew. Yes. Right. Nyx. You square your shoulders, and you head on back up again.
Á styrum.
As you walk back up into the outdoors area in the very kind of early evening, you can see that the werewolves have kind of gathered in a loose circle, and they seem deep in conversation, but as soon as you hear the snow crunch underneath your boots, they all quiet down and turn to look at you.
Okay. Actually, where's Bianca in all of this? I was like, did she flee?
You don't know. The last
I don't know,
you
we didn't see her.
saw of her, she was kicked down the hole by Kirill,
Mm-hmm.
and then you don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna sort of like gently hover that way. And look at all of them that are looking back at me like with fearful eyes. And with blood on my my hands and all my gloves and my lower lip. I will look at all of them purposefully and say, "This is done. I felt it probably at least given her a color. She could adorn my walls back at Ravenloft. Be a pity to have such shiny scales tarnished time when I can marvel at the last person who sought to defy me. The last person who thought that They could just do whatever they wanted in my lands. I trust you got a good look at such an example of what would happen should you cross me. Suleika will be found. I will make sure that whatever happened to her, it does not go unresolved. We'll put an end to this unfortunate business. And to bide the time, a little something for you, Skennis. And he reaches into his bag and brings out, as he does so, something from my private reserves. And he pulls out the 500-year bottle of Champagne de l'Estompe.
Oh my god,
He steps forward, accepts it, and when he looks down into his hands, his bushy eyebrows just shoots up towards his hairline, and there's like a small, a short whistle that he makes. This is a fine gift, my lord. Thank you. We all do hope still that you take good care of the children that we still no longer have here, and we're waiting anxiously to hear from Emil.
Is there anything that you would like to report whilst I'm here before heading back off to other more important matters?
Scannis looks behind him. They look at each other. There's some small mutterings. I think that Kirill said anything we needed to be said at the ball. She was invited too. Things haven't really changed since then. I guess just a question. Are we still expected to leave for the village of Barovia in a week's time?
We will deal with that when Emil returns. When I find him. And I will. I will give him instructions that you will follow. Should anything change, but for now, keep your current objective.
That's all fine and dandy with us. I'm just a little bit surprised, Count, that you believe that the Emil would be so, subservient. We all here agree and accept the power that you wield, but Emil has never been of that kind of mindset. Has something changed?
Something will change. I'm tired of people in my lands thinking that they should not obey my law, and Emil will also. For now, stay put. Stick to the plan. Do not anger me. And anyone, and he like casts his like eyes over the remaining werewolves, anyone who has thoughts of betraying each other or me, well, there's always room on my wall. And with Fly still active, he will just like slowly elevate.
Mm-hmm.
And fly up down the cliff.
Oh my god.
Using the hand of disguise to be like a bat.
Jeez.
I'm Batman.
I am the knight. Oh my god. This is
Leave it down.
crazy.
Poison bottle of champagne.
You mean crazy beautiful. Pulitzer Prize material.
Okay, Kelly.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
You do actually find, not far away from the mountain, Illyria, Milavoy, the children that you have with you, and also Illyria kind of holding the hand of Ilya. I made a circuit roll to see if she would be able to convince Ilya enough to come with. And she got us 27! So Ilya is with...
Illyria got 27?
Yeah!
Oh my god! Let's go!
There was basically a 50% chance if Ilya would come or not, but she did it. She used her leadership, and yeah. Gave Ilya enough a sense of security enough that he was able to fight back against his own shock and PTSD enough to travel with her. And you kind of join up. The kids are a little bit confused as to what's happening. Hans keeps very much close to Milavoy, clinging to him, making up for lost time. Milavoy inquires inquires what has happened out of Illyria and Unix.
To who? Oh, to the kids.
Milavoy asks what
Oh,
happened
asks
in
who?
there. Yes.
Oh. To who?
To Unix and Illyria.
Oh. A performance of a lifetime, Milavoy. I did not expect things to go down the way they did, but nevertheless, everyone is here and only with minor casualties. Did you perhaps see Zuleika run this way? Any which way, since you were down here? We're down at the bottom of the mountain.
I was very worried because suddenly there was a woman who sprinted past us, and hot on her tail was a pack of wolves. But I kept out of view and they disappeared into the snowy mists. I don't know. I was just happy that they were gone. Were some beaten wolves, like half-alive wolves, but I took care of them with my shovel.
You did some shoveling.
Well, a shovel can be used for more things than just shoveling.
Well, I mean, very impressive for, well, cleaning up some other mess. It's a little difficult to explain exactly what went down. I kind of sort of blacked out for a second. I'm pretty sure that, all things considered, it was a good outcome.
I started experiencing weakness in my legs.
We have some of the children.
So I needed to slow down. I just couldn't.
Yes.
We have a plan to keep things in check. We have technically a little control over them.
Me no fast no more, right?
Things will be different,
So
Milavoy. Rest assured. Now, Asvadar did take some damage, and I am a little bit concerned for her well-being.
Was
So
that Asfada who flew away?
it was all part of the show.
Wow, I can't even begin to try to understand what happened up there. Damn, you guys do really sound like heroes.
He wanted to kick me out after a 10-minute conversation.
Well, do bards and storytellers tell the story of heroes?
Yeah, I try to keep me after like 10 minutes.
Say to Milliboy.
Was that a question?
No, okay.
Yeah.
I need answers. A man, and I need
I
answers.
mean, Evolution has a few books, but interesting sections, but
So basically,
not
he
really.
he gave me drugs.
It's
and,
more like
and,
the kids
and wanted me to
make
fuck
up
off.
stories
He just was
sometimes.
Like, okay, here are drugs, more painkillers for you. Get out, right?
Well,
But I.
and Nix holds up the book that's constantly dangling from his hip.
So I was like, no, okay, fuck this.
At least there will be one story of the tales of heroes told within Barovia.
To be able to talk to you. So I was just like, okay,
Maybe I'll read some to you
I need you to
Okay.
give
and trudge
me
towards the
this,
camp.
because you've been having me
He
on this for
looks
6
down
weeks.
into the book in his hands,
And
surprised, then whispers to himself, I should have paid more attention to the reading
It was
class.
just like, can you like I wanted answers.
All right.
Like, what? What are the procedures to help this? Why haven't I gotten?
So
any-
the eagles are definitely faster than all of you, even with the cargo,
What are we actually doing?
and they don't need to care about the friction of snow. It's early evening right now. It's about 4 in the afternoon, and it's a bit more than half of a day's journey back down to the river. So it will be dark before you arrive, and you have kids with you.
That
Mm-hmm.
that was his point of view on the matter. I
Um,
argue with.
How? We would know because we've been there. Like how many hours in the dark
He's also
it would take
Finnish, if you want to hold that against him.
to walk through there.
It's basically about a little bit less than a little bit less than 2 hours that would have been spent past dusk. Still walking, and you know, there's also the cold climate to think about.
And kids.
To get more exercises.
I wish I could communicate. I talked to Illyria. I wish I could communicate.
That's all I have.
It'd be so much easier than making them think that we are lost. But we should try and find our own shelter for the night. If we can't make it back to the camp.
I want to also point out.
I think that's a good idea, Nix.
He did not check up.
I don't think they would be
He did
able
not do
to.
any tests. He just
Let's just get down from the mountain and
never
into the
touched
forest,
me.
maybe.
He didn't touch me.
Agreed.
He didn't touch me.
Not ideal, but we will do our best.
All right. And with the kids in tow, Milliboy, Essie, Illyria, Nix, you begin a quite a hard journey, keeping the kids warm and their spirits high, just down into an area where you can have a somewhat safe area to make camp. In the air, though,
That's something I can do.
do you switch position with Aspida?
Yeah, once they're well out of sight, Aspida will be like, I think it's safe. You don't need to be flown around like this.
Oh, yes. My apologies. Okay, yeah. Do you want dusk or dawn?
Either or.
Fine, take dawn. Okay, let's move.
And Aspida like climbs up better, and when she's on the back of it, naked of course, but it's all scales. She turns to Marty. What happened? What was this about Nix and Strahd? I was so confused.
I could ask you the same. You were having this duel, and then suddenly you're like, oh no, fuck your traditions, and then everything went to shit. What? Okay, I'll explain. So, we got kind of desperate because we were surrounded by a lot of wolves of various shapes and sizes. So, Nyx put on the hat of disguise to become Strahd, basically. And I saw it, and I've worked with Nyx before, so I know that shtick, so I got it, but it seems like you didn't get it. I was like, oh, I'm Strahd! Look at me and my magnificent cape. And I had to play the part, so I was like, yeah, I'm servant, because, we need to make it more believable, and if you have another person telling that story, it's more believable, right?
Yeah, I suppose so, since I was so convinced. I thought you swore fealty to Strahd this entire time.
Yeah, why would I do such a thing?
I don't know, people change when all of a sudden everybody's, I suppose, dead, and there's one person in power around. To save your own skin. I don't know.
Why would... You have such poor judgment of me if you think I'd sell my own skin after I sold it to you, basically.
She's just like, what? I thought I got betrayed, Hamartia. I thought this entire time you worked for him.
No, what? How? I've been with you the entire time. When would I have time to speak with Strahd?
I don't know. It was convincing. That's how convincing the performance you and Nyx did, Hamartia, that I believed that.
Shit, well, I tried to have Soul send messages to Leah and you, but until Soul got to you, you already butchered Kirill and ran away, so I didn't really have the time to actually warn you. I did the same with Leah, but I don't know, I don't think she got it in the end.
Well, okay, fine. My turn.
Okay.
So, as I recall, there are rules, but it was still a fight to the death. And I don't like to admit it, but Kirill found purchase between the chinks of this crummy armor I'm wearing. Too well, too good. I was doing very bad, Hamartia. And I wasn't about to die over rules in front of you all.
Okay, so you lost, but it's fine, you're not the strongest fighter, nobody is. You can always get beaten on a bad day, but after you lost, when you were like, oh yeah, no, we're gonna fight to the death anyway without rules. I mean,
What, you wanted Kirill to remain alive?
I don't know, I just didn't think you'll start attacking people without prejudice.
Well, it was a fight to the death regardless, and to me, a fight to the death is a fight to the death. I did not expect her to call upon all of her wolves and whatnot, when it was between, as far as I knew, a fight between the two of us regardless.
But it was a fight between the two of you with rules, and you broke the rules, so she won. It's not really a fight to the death, it's only a fight... It wasn't a fight to the death, it was a fight, the way I heard them explain the rules. It was the first one to either yield or be incapacitated loses. It doesn't mean that they have to die.
Inca, we both agreed that it was no longer incapacitation, it was to death.
Okay, but it's death with rules. It's not death without rules. It's not more... I mean, it was Mortal Kombat, but it wasn't completely...
What do you mean it was not completely Mortal Kombat? That was completely Mortal Kombat!
Yeah, but with rules!
Why would you want Mortal Kombat with rules?
Because it makes things more fun to... I don't know!
You'd rather have me die over rules?
No, but I never use the rules!
Exactly!
Go and try and fight the whole pack!
A fight to the death needs no rules! And I am not about to lead pups!
But it was a fight to the death with rules!
Why would a fight to the death have rules? I was never going to follow them. After all this time about how much I hated these traditions, you really believed I would go with these rules?
So couldn't you just tell us but it's just a fight to death without rules, and maybe you would have created that one, because from what I understood, it was a fight to the death with rules, and we were like, yeah, these are the rules, you have to become a werewolf, and we changed the beat for some reason. I don't know what happened. I was like, what
fine, and I saw you struggle a bit, and I was a bit concerned, and then suddenly the drums were shifting, and you both moved out, and then you healed, and then it's like, oh no, those are not there, and then you started attacking, and then everyone attacked me, and I didn't know what to do.
Oh, well, I wasn't about to die over these holes! But regardless, when everything went down, I thought to myself, since he pushed fuck-ass Bianca into the hole, well, and all of you are surrounded by wolves, I don't know if my words or voice carried, but I thought I said to jump into the hole. Because I'll be in the hole, and Bianca was already down there. So back to, Plan B, hostage situation.
Where was Plan B to begin with? We didn't.
Was Bianca not part of one of the plans?
She was, but we didn't settle on the Plan B. Maybe you settled on the Plan B. You didn't bother to tell us.
Well, we were in the midst of combat, Hamartia!
Yes, so I was about to
play.
jump, and then Nyx turned into Strahd for some reason, so I had to play along.
Okay, so that's where it... Very well. I was confused. I was going to take Bianca, beat her to death's door, and start using her as a hostage situation. At least to have the heat off of you, so you guys can escape.
That's a good plan, but maybe we should actually tell that to each other and communicate.
How? Well, I was down in a hole, Hamartia. What? I can't...
No, I mean before the ritual combat. I mean before the ritual combat thing.
Well, if the enemy knew, the plan is gone, Hamartia!
Well, we could have discussed it privately. We can whisper. You know what whispering is?
How can I whisper from across this battle circle?
You whisper before you enter the battle circle.
I wasn't expecting for Kirill to critically wound me multiple times.
We needed to plan ahead. I mean, she was the pack leader. She was the baddest wolf in the pack. She was the alpha.
And at the very end, she is dead and in literally our arms.
I mean, she's in pocket, but you know what I mean.
Yes. In the end, it is a win-win situation. Now they have no choice but to find Emil.
I feel like we could have gone. I feel like we could have planned it a bit better. This was such a...
And I take full responsibility. I was so worried. And then Strahd happened? I thought Nyx was so dead, there was not even a smear on him, on the world.
I could tell she didn't get the memo, even though I sent her a literal memo.
What memo? I didn't get a memo.
So,
What's a memo?
give her the memo.
What even is a memo?
The soul comes to you with a note, but it's like blood red, like
On the desk of
Hamartia.
Hamartia.
It's Nyx.
I did not get that memo, Hamartia.
Yes, because I thought it was on the way, but you decided to just murk.
Well, the opportunity presented itself, Hamartia. I thought Nyx was dead. I thought you swore fealty to Strahd. I don't know what Esmeralda was up to. And I was just me, Hamartia. So I thought if I'm gonna die, Hamartia,
Yes.
I'm bringing down 2 people with me.
But you were... Oh my God, dear goodness. Listen, please. For the future, if I do anything that might lead you to believe that I associate with Strahd, please be advised that this is an act, because I'm a hag's daughter, and it's easy for me to say these sorts of things.
See, that's one thing to be a hag starter, but I was fully convinced you and Nyx in tandem. That is how good it was, that I could not see through it.
It as a compliment, but we need better ways of communication.
We certainly do. I don't know how, but we certainly need. Yes, we do.
Oh, I'm so fucking tired. I cast so many spells and I lost a soul. It's so embarrassing.
I am very sorry to hear that. Do you think you can, like, pluck a soul from the sky?
Oh, maybe. Do you
I
want to
mean,
give
we
it a
both
try?
pluck souls from the sky.
Let's do it.
Excellent idea. We are all low on souls.
Amatia goes up.
That's right behind her.
That is why.
Uh,
that is why I.
Okay,
That
you
is why I'm
try
not allowed
to
take,
fish
Ritalin
souls
or uppers,
from
in general of
the sky of
ADHD medicine.
Barovia.
I need to take
There's
down
nothing
because,
to hang
I had
on
a heart
to.
attack as soon as I
So,
took, Ritalin,
you try, but you try in vain.
or like a heart stop.
Well, apparently it's not working like that.
That's unfortunate. It would have been
My heart
so
stopped.
easy. So
Well, you know,
easy.
I have a lot of soul fragments because whilst we weren't here, we went to Nix's like father's sanatorium thing, and there were like a lot of people there that needed to be put out of their misery. So maybe I'll combine some of these,
That issue
you know, after I
is a
killed
very
them.
and tested issue. I even had a
I
heart
missed
attack
out on
as a kid for a while.
Dog hunting. Damn it. Well,
It wasn't really fun. It was kind of sad. You had like children there, but completely and utterly broken. You probably wouldn't want to be there.
right. Yeah, would be right there. Anyways, I am glad you are alive, well, and not with Strahd, Hamartia.
Thank you. I'm glad you're alive and well and not a psychopathic werewolf dragonborn.
Yes, well, I'm sorry if my face looks bloodthirsty majority of the time if I'm in a fight, when it's clearly not the case.
I mean, yes, I get it. Yes, looks can be deceiving, especially for horned people.
I can agree to that.
Well, method found.
Shit, maybe we should land. I think the spell is about to wear out.
Oh, well, we certainly don't want to be plummeting in the sky after all this. Down! Down! Dawn! Down!
They only listen to me, down.
Oh my god.
Mash!
What did I just listen to? Yes, you head on down. Eventually the eagles fade. The magic depleted. Now you're definitely further along, and in your group, like there's only you two, so you can reach the river, but you will be pushing into dusk a little bit. But you can also make
dusk
camp.
the time or dusk the bird?
Time, not the bird.
Okay.
So, what do you want to do as you touch ground?
First things first, I'll give Asphoda my coat, which should fit her since it's severely oversized on Hamartia. I mean, it might be a bit small, but...
Right.
Asphoda will take the coat.
The thing is,
Is it a good fit?
my heart's a little bit funky, so
it's supposed to emulate, like, big 1.90 m people at most.
All right, she wears the coat.
It's a bit tight, but it's okay.
Well, it will have to do. Thank you, Hamartia.
Of course. Listen, I didn't mean to raise my voice, but what situation was.
tell me to do that.
You know, maybe it was dangerous, and I don't know. I don't think we can afford to die so easily as we could have there.
Certainly not. We need better tactics. We need better armor, spells, what have you, skills, I don't know.
agree wholeheartedly. But where do we get these things? It's not like there is a special blacksmith or anything in Bolivia that I'm aware of.
Neither do I. I have an armor set for a now dead, overzealous town mayor, ruler, whatever. We have his armor set, but it would fit me. However, it needs some adjustments. There's no blacksmith that I know of to do so.
I think in Kask there's a blacksmith, isn't there?
Is there?
I mean, there is someone who takes clothing. Let me joggle through my memory. Give me a moment. As I look through the corridors of my mind and all 20. Okay, there was a blacksmith shop in Kask, if I remember correctly.
It was a tailor.
Well, it was a tailor. Shit.
I have put together my
Did
ogre.
you?
He looks very clean.
Yes. No, you went by. You talked to Grigory Strum, the best horseshoe smith in all of Barovia.
Yes, there is someone who's really good with horseshoes. Maybe he can adjust his skills a little bit to adjust your armor.
Horseshoes.
Yes. You know, it's like shoes for horses.
Well, it's in the name. Yes, I do know that. But, well, if that's all we have, then that's all we have.
I mean, if we... there aren't any blacksmiths in Bovia village, or maybe Kask. I don't know, I never really got into the blacksmithing business in Kask whilst I was there.
Well, there's certainly none in Valaki. Otherwise, I would have had that armor fitted ages ago. Barovia, I do not recall.
What about Argenvost?
She...
All a bunch of knights, so maybe there's someone who is tending to their armor.
You have a point there. There might be. That's a possibility. I didn't really stick around too long to figure that out. I had a dragon head to search, and then werewolf kidnappings happened on my way up here. That, well, Gilly, Lottie, Yeska, and Felix were went missing because of it.
Oh, wait, did you have a lead on Argenvost's head?
Yes.
Ooh.
There are parts of these lands that those revenants could not cross. So I was to investigate those areas where the head could have been.
Oh, I see. Other specific areas, maybe river crossings or anything of the like. Was there any natural border, or was it something else?
Was similar to that. I gotta check my notes.
This note check is brought to you by Featherfall. You don't need to land your birds if you have Featherfall.
When you want to say screw you to gravity. Choose Featherfall.
Yeah, sure.
Feeling tired but can't fall asleep?
Yeah.
What about the spell sleep? It's a good sleep, even if for a minute.
9 out of 10 surgeons recommended.
Not very nice jinxing my heart like that.
I'm not too sure. The leads weren't very strong, so to speak. I just traveled north of Lake Zarovich. For also an excuse to, again, check up on Gilly, Lottie, Felix, and Yeska. And once I found out that werewolves happened, well, I had to do a little detour to find and save them.
That makes a lot of sense, yes.
What is happening?
I wonder, we have so many things to do. So little of
I
us.
turned on the game. I can't remember.
It is exactly. We can't simply split up to do this work, per se. And then there's also this really weird, crazy dwarf I've encountered in the forest. Had the insignia of Copperbeards, of all things.
Oh. What are the Copperbeards? Are we part of the Protectorate, or what's Copperbeard?
Well, how do I say? They're really big, very important. They are the ones that first rebelled against the vampires, organized, and basically set things up straight for people to hunt them down.
Oh,
Very
wow.
big, very influential, powerful.
The way you put it, Strad might not really like them being here.
Well, it was only the one, which again, very odd to find.
Just a random mythical vampire hunter in the woods.
I suppose so. But he certainly was more fearful when he saw me, and before running away.
Well, maybe he's just some crazy dwarf that got trapped here and hadn't seen it. Maybe he found it at some ancient battlefield or something.
Perhaps, but
there's an
nevertheless,
animal
certainly an oddity in the woods.
There's so many weird things here.
Myrtle.
Very much so. And I've been meaning to ask, now that we have time, what exactly is the Night Mother?
Oh, the Night Mother. Oh, shoot, yes. Yeah, well, I know of her. She's technically my goddess, but I'm not really too much of a believer or know of her ways. But I know you, thus far. Apparently the werewolves really like her. And so does my mother. Mother dearest.
I see. Well, believe it or not, she's certainly pulling strings and has marked me ages ago, early on in my journey here. And she turns around and kind of like activates her soul mark to reveal that one bat symbol upon her neck.
It also shines in
Ooh.
a different light.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. You were marked by Mother Night? What?
I did not know it was Mother Night, nor was this consensual. Had an odd dream, these visions. I thought it was more related to that bastard Strahd, and not this Mother Night. And just before I made the decision to join she puts two fingers up in quotations, join the Red Fang. That's Marc burned. And using my own voice, forcibly try to sway me into some to zealotry and claim the spot of Alpha.
That sounds like her main creed, that he's really into presenting yourself proudly and embracing yourself and taking what is yours, even from people that don't want you to take it, or maybe if they don't want to take it, then you just take it for yourself. Which is kind of that sort of goddess. But what is weird to me is that Mother Dearest worships Mother Knights. She's sacrificed for her. But she is in very much the business of preserving the status quo of Barovia, as far as I could have told. But these werewolves were in the business of the revolution. Despite worshipping the same goddess, they have the same mistress, and yet it seems like their interests do not align.
Well, it certainly doesn't. That desire she was goading me on was certainly no desire of mine. And it was quite annoying. After the fact, I felt that presence be dismayed. Well, good. If she wants me to do her dirty work, well, she can do it herself.
Maybe we should gather more information about her. I asked one of your raven friends for help finding one of my sisters, so we
Snow
forget
crunches behind you. Footsteps coming closer.
She immediately pulls out her knife and turns 180.
Ask for the transform into a werewolf dragonborn. Because she's naked. She's naked out here, yo.
Anyway, yeah. There's a big shadow in the woods that was approaching. Can only see the outline in the mist. It's a tall, broad figure, but they stop immediately as they see Asphoda change and transform. And then there's a low grunt of displeasure.
I think I'm getting the
They have they stand still for now, just watching it from afar. Too far away for you to see any features, other than just the outline of a figure in the mists.
So, go see who that is.
Aye, no one should sneak up on Soul without getting punished! Ah!
Honestly, that solves most problems.
And, I'm gonna enter Soul's mind's eye.
Okay. And Asuna?
If the solution is not
Asoda will do as Soul is going to do that, she's gonna do a divine sniff. Divine sniff. Undead humanoid, get a feel what's out there.
Definitely humanoid, not undead. And through Soul's eyes, you can see it's a man, it's a Barovian, dressed for the outdoors, a heavy backpack on his shoulders. He seems a little bit, not really roughed up, but seems to have been outdoors for some time, and he has this brown buzz cut, but he has a hat on. He doesn't notice Soul, and you don't know who it is.
I shout.
Hello, sir. I hope we did not interrupt your day, but if you would be kind enough to step out of the shadow and identify yourself, we would be most grateful.
He takes some cautious steps forward, and then a very low rumble of a voice asks, "What has happened to you, Asphoda?" And you look into the eyes of Gilly.
Yo, he's alive! Immediately seeing Gilly, Asoda's eyes just go wide, and she reverts back. Reverts back to her dragonborn form, butt naked, obviously, still, and says, You're alive, Gilly! I have been searching. You're alive.
That gladdens me. And yes, but more importantly, have you seen them?
I have. We have.
Shan,
I found.
I need to find you, Shan.
Yeska. I'm trying to get
There
Felix
you are, Shan.
right
I'm running
now.
towards you and I'm gonna heal you.
And Lottie?
I'm dropping a health pack on you.
Lottie, I was informed by Nyx and Illyria. It was not
Run to
good.
Shan and,
She's,
Marc.
however,
Get some healing.
still alive in Kresk.
Then you are going to escort me to Kresk. Now. Camp first tomorrow, Kresk.
Yep.
Very well. We are rendezvousing to the camp. Yeska is there. Felix we have to retrieve later. However, he is not in danger.
Good to hear. You
Well,
were
that's
faster
fine.
than I was. I've been trying to track them, but I am
You
not
got him by
the
taking
best.
Well, you should also know that they have been turned to werewolves against their own will.
Something like what you displayed right now.
Yes, what I did was done so willingly as part of a plan that went quite awry. But we do have a possible method to get rid of it.
How bad is it?
Which part?
The werewolf part.
Well, it's not like normal lycanthropy. It is more akin a curse brought about by some being called the Night Mother, assumedly.
But they are alright for
A
now.
lot of my issues
They
have
are
already
all
been
right
fixed by
for
just
now.
Changing from
Good enough
the
for me.
HDD. Yeah. I
Dusk is approaching.
my
Are you
frame
planning
rate
to
is
make
way
camp?
more stable as well.
Yes, the camp is just ahead. We'll be waiting for them.
Then I will follow you.
Yeah.
Well, let's go.
My HDD is also
And
at this point.
he looks over to Hamartia, raises a singular quirked eyebrow, doesn't say anything, and then matches speed with Asphodel.
Hello. Okay, bye.
My computer
Wow,
is
okay.
is about
On silent type.
6 years old, right?
Yeah. And
my HDD is about
you
about
walk a
4
little bit
years
past Dusk. I guess Hamartia uses Soul for some dim light.
old. My
Yeah.
HDD though is
My
7
flesh
like
one.
6 years old.
And you guys make camp by the river, completely exhausted. Like you have been active too many hours today. Like when you finally get there, you're out cold. Whilst
could you-
Nyx, Illyria, and the children are somewhere further north in the woods, having to make camp. Now, speaking of which, Nyx, these kids do not have, tent supplies and
very
stuff
much-
like that.
I would very much like to upgrade my storage.
That's to be them.
I don't feel like I need to upgrade anything more than my storage.
But Essie's, yours, and let's see, you got 3
Ilya?
kids plus Ilya. So there's 4 in total. So one of you have to make room for the 2 smallest children, and then the 2 other can sleep with 2 more. But you will have to share tents tonight.
Just like cram us all into one. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if we have to keep watch anyway.
Asphodel will
Like,
sleep outside.
The dudes are immortal.
No, you're
Well,
not
you're not
together.
here, You're
Oh, we're not
two
together,
camps.
okay.
It's 2 camps, yeah.
Yeah, because they
You're
cannot
with
make
the
it
master.
there in time. They will have to walk in the night, basically, with
I don't
children,
remember what my core is anymore.
Oh, okay,
5'7"
okay.
something.
to make it there. Okay, that is doable. The night is a bit frustrating with the kids not having the same kind of privacy that you're used to, and it's cold. You're exhausted, yet you need to have these watches and take care of the kids, make sure that they have eaten, and it's a compounding kind of effect of like problem after problem. But with Essie's survivalist skills and Illyria's empathy and your craftiness is nothing that you can't conquer together. Eventually, dawn breaks, and you make the last 2 hours of a trip down to the river. And just as these two groups notice each other and is about to reconvene, we're gonna go for a short break.
Oh, yeah, long rest!
A long rest. Yes,
Oh,
yes.
thank God.
goodness. Can I do the thing with my souls?
Yeah,
combine powers.
definitely in the morning. So you need 1.5 potency in total
To get a 1 point soul.
to get a 1 whole soul. Potency
Okay,
1 soul.
And how many potency? 2?
You cannot make bigger than potency 1 without a specific feature.
Okay, so I'll convert all my 6 to 2 potency 1 soul, so...
Yeah, that's how you do it. But you can use lower souls in combination to a higher spell slot.
Yeah, there's just a limit to when soul fragments cannot cast.
I see. So I don't have any other use for soul fragments other than like combining them.
The same for me.
So,
Okay.
but I have 2.5 soul fragments.
Mm-hmm.
So
Make
could I
one.
combine them in this ritual to make potency 1?
Yeah. And then you will have soul fragments equal to 1 on the side. You can use 1.5 of those 2.5 to create it into potency 1, and then you will have...
Oh, yeah, I only
yeah.
have two 0.5 potency soul fragments.
There's a healing
Oh.
station.
You have 2 times 0.5, so you have a total of 1 soul fragment. So you need 1.5
Yes.
total soul fragments to turn it into 1.
Oh.
There's loss in
Yes.
the creation.
Gotcha, okay,
Yes.
okay. Then never mind, I have to hold on to it. Gotcha.
But you can still use those souls to cast lower level magic. It's just a certain point there comes a cap
Right there.
where you need bigger souls.
Gotcha.
What the fuck?
Yes. But hey, guys, refill your drinks. Go to the toilet. And come
There.
back
Hell yeah.
ready for another hour of shenanigans.
Yes. Alright, good job with the argument, guys. Super funny to listen
Yeah,
to.
it was super funny to listen to.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I was just
The
refilling
hole,
my drink.
Marcia! The hole!
Get in the hole! What about the hole? What was plan B? What?
Challenge to the death for the rules!
Yes! Mortal Kombat, but with rules!
You want to die over rules, Marcia?
It was so funny. Alright,
Some Rick
I'll
and Morty
be
argument.
right back.
Get your egg.
I'm way ahead of you.
Well. Look at you. Egg up.
Egg.
Egg.
8 minutes soft boiled.
8 minutes soft boiled.
It's
That's
the
a-
perfect
That's a
consistency for hardening.
long soft boiled egg. Like, are you on like a really low heat or something?
Oh no, it's full boil for 8 minutes. Makes the kind of like a firmish white, but still a semi runny yolk.
I do mine at 6 and it's firm white, soft inside. And then I steam
Well,
them, so-
I go for 7 because I like lagom.
Classic Swede.
Yeah.
Not ruffling any feathers. However, if I'm gonna make a deviled eggs, then I'll have to go for much longer.
oh yeah, you definitely need to. You can't have runny yolk in a deviled egg.
I mean, you could, because you're like combining it with like mayonnaise and stuff. But
It'd be like really runny though.
yeah, it would be like the slutty eggs.
Yeah, gooey.
Yeah, the seductress eggs, not deviled eggs.
The temptress eggs.
Temptress eggs. Oh
The
God, that's so
quotation.
bad.
The quotation marks italicized devil.
Oh, exactly. The naughty eggs.
There's deviled eggs and deviled
Devilishly
eggs.
naughty eggs. Oh my god, what's happening?
No chewing necessary.
All you have to do is swallow.
All natural.
Full of vitamins.
Minerals.
Protein.
Oh, I found the sniper.
Say protein like long and sultry.
Protein.
All essential amino acids.
Everything a growing girl needs.
My
What have we
soul
done?
is shriveled.
Ah!
Shriveled and died.
Barovia gets an additional CR just as an entity.
These eggs,
Down to you guys?
You
What
can
was I
body
gonna say?
inspiration too. Barovia.
Gaston is not the only one to make eggs make him large. No, don't have to
I thought Gilly was a Chad, not this Viking Chad meme face.
You know what they say, you gotta crack a few to make an omelette.
Like, this guy is Gilly, he looks like his name is like Ivar Stormfurio.
No, his name
Yeah,
is
man.
Gilly.
He's good with his hands.
Or like Rage Bloodhands or something.
No, his name is Gilly, and his biggest passion in life is to make girly clothes.
Yeah. It's like basically the Zohan
Is
in that movie. You know, like Don't Mess with the Zohan movie
Yeah.
with Adam Sandler. Like, I just want to make people silky smooth. He's like a counter-terrorist that just wants to cut hair. This is a Viking that just wants to make frilly garments.
Yeah, with a lot of bows and...
Yeah. Why the judgment, Martia?
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
I am very much looking forward
Okay,
to,
alright, let's
I need to upgrade my
let's get
bunker.
serious.
There's some just basic
Alright, let's
pieces
get
I
back
miss-
into it.
are
So,
missing, right?
2 hours after after you wake up, finally the rest of the party comes back, and you see Essie, you see Illyria, you see Nyx, and this the 4 children with them. Grumpy, a little bit tired, exhausted. Milivoy and Hans as well, but alive and well. You were a little bit anxious considering the hours were starting to tick in the morning, but finally they are here. And standing amongst them for you guys just arriving, it's a surprise to see Gilly, at least for Illyria and Nyx.
Oh, Gilly, you, how? We've been looking for you.
He's alive!
I certainly hope so. I mean, I can see him right here.
Last time I checked, I was alive, yes.
Do you need to check again, Gilly? You look a little bit worse for wear. Have you been out and about?
I saw a video of my open.
Yes,
I think I have
me and Lottie immediately went after Jessica, who at seeing Gilly like runs forward and,
kill me! Yay!
And like he immediately goes down on one knee and kind of cradles this super small like kid to his big ass frame and like takes care of him, but then very like with ease. As soon as they disappeared, me and Lottie tried to find them. I went more north and she went more straight west. I saw some tracks leading in that direction, but we weren't sure. She wanted to split up to make it easier on us. I tried to argue with her, but she wouldn't let it be. But I've heard that you have seen her in Kresk. There's something wrong with her, yet these two won't say what.
I can see that you're anxious to get back to her.
Okay, that's the. Oh god, I am
It
not
is
the-
true, she's still
I'm not
alive.
the-
And she still worries about you. She has everything, all her mind faculties are there. She has been slightly injured though. But nothing totally devastating. In her investigations to try and find the children, one thing led to another, and well, we encountered her held captive within the abbey in Kresk, lightly mutilated, with her hand missing. If we had not arrived when we did, I shudder to think how much further she could have been altered.
Oh, okay.
Nix pauses to judge his reaction.
He's been kind of staring evenly at you, patting Jessica on the back rhythmically.
Fair enough.
But he eventually looks down onto the snow by his feet, a shadow over his eyes.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I've heard about this.
I'm in your debt. Thank you for taking care of her.
She's waiting for you. Will you be traveling with us?
Of course.
Then that is where we're heading now. So,
The demon of
if you're ready to go, we can.
machines.
You can ask more questions along the way, but it's a bit of a trek.
I've seen the model. It looks amazing.
I will not slow you down.
Oh no, I'm sure he won't kill you. I mean, after all, we have these children here. They're slowing us down enough, but she is in good hands. And the monsters that caused the damage has been dealt with too.
Yes, the red-haired werewolf. I killed her.
No, Asphodel, wrong monster.
Yeah, all of my issues were.
What
Wait,
other
no, wait.
monster were we focusing on besides Strahd?
Yeah, but
I think I genuinely couldn't.
The ex-abbot of the abbey.
Oh, that's what you were talking about. My mistake.
No problem. I mean, after all, there's plenty of monsters. Easy to get confused. Sorry.
Yeah.
One less monster sounds good to me.
Yes.
Kresk is doing better. I don't know if you've ever been,
Yeah.
but we're kind of celebrities there, so don't be taken aback if we get swarmed when we come in a good way.
Are you going to lead the way?
We Nix looks to Esmeralda. Sure, yes. Oh, I have a map. I have a map with many details on how to get there. The fastest way, thanks to the best wilderness survivor.
Well, let's get going, shall we? The sooner we can rendezvous the kids there, the sooner we can come back for Felix and whomever else.
Wait, so you're actually able to walk into Kresk? I mean, you're pretty Vistani. I'm pretty Vistani. Will they welcome? Yeah, like, how did you get in there to begin with?
It's a long story, Ezzy, but it's a long walk. I'm more than happy to tell you.
Right.
It all began.
We need to talk about. Yes, this is good. This is both a distraction, and I need to know about this father business. You got to tell me.
Oh. Well, right, but right.
You will tell me.
I will.
Good. She pats you on the back. And Asphodite and Lyra kind of help to corral the children, herd them along, and Essie.
Put their clothes on.
Essie, you kind of like down here now. And Essie will opt for, walking around this way here instead,
Yeah,
that
that's
closer?
what I assumed.
Yes. Alright.
Oh, we could be there within the day.
Well, 10 hours is a lot. 8 is usually what a humanoid is capable of doing. If you're gonna push past that, we're gonna do some vitality checks. Up to you.
I'll bump it up to quality and see what happens.
It's more. I mean, sure. We got kids as well, so yeah, exactly. So we're probably not the same speed as it goes. Like, even though it's like, oh, hold on, let me
I feel
not
like
put
standard.
no stopping. So if we're like here, it's likely to be much more than 10 hours, really.
Yeah. because you're
If
not-
we like got half pace almost for kids, so we'll probably get to about here
Mhm.
for the first day,
Yeah, more like
and then
aim for 6 hours and then 4 hours.
yeah,
the next day.
and then complete the.
Yeah. Sounds good. Right.
We do that.
Okay. You start walking.
Walking again.
Yeah.
Can't we
You,
summon eagles?
Break up camp.
I
Pack everything down. Make yourself ready for another hike. And as you turn away from this part of Barovia, as you leave the western Baratok mountain complex more and more behind, the final goodbye to these wildlands is a sudden flash of lightning. Not coming from above, from any visible storm clouds, but from below, within the evergreen forest, somewhere to the east of you.
Yeah, like it has a 90-second cooldown.
But you carry on. The journey is quite nippy, mostly by the grace of a strong breeze coming from the northwest. But it puts it squarely in your backs, pushing you forward. The wind is with you. It is also a wonderful, like a beautiful journey. There are great peaks that peek out from the masses of the mists high above you to the right. And you trudge through this mostly untouched, ancient eldergreen forest in the snowy winterland. And by lunchtime, the river transforms into the clear waters of Baratok Lake. However, at this point, I want everybody who has ranks in survival to do me a survival cunning. If they want me.
Alright.
If they want
Hell yeah.
Creative assembly.
Yeah, let's go.
Jack of all trades count. No ranks.
Survival
Yeah,
cunning, we
I
said.
heard that
Okay,
they
let's
talked
do
about
this.
Mhm.
Salt, skill, what the fuck is that?
Dang, I'm not cutting. Oh, do I have advantage if I use like sniffing?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'd be in my werewolf form. Never mind. That's a
Oh.
I
7.
would be.
Oh, that's a natural too.
Ooh.
Essie, what did you
Ooh,
have?
yeah,
It wouldn't be the
Essie,
first time they
I
make
think
a sci-fi
Essie
Save us,
so that's
dear
great.
cousin.
has
I
From
don't
being
know if
lost.
that's
in
you knew, but
survival.
they made the creative assembly.
Do you wanna go bowling?
Yeah,
They made Alien Isolation.
Oh, yeah, 18 from Essie.
That was their first
Good job,
ever,
Izzy.
FPS game.
Around lunch, she stops in her tracks and looks back over her shoulder, letting the strong northwestern wind kind of play with her hair, and she has a very thoughtful expression.
Everything okay, Essie?
What is?
Well, I mean, considering everything is happening, pretty swell.
I
But you know, I'm pretty sure that there's a storm coming. Don't you feel it?
Do you mean like a metaphorical storm or like an actual storm?
Well, both to that,
I turned
to
it
that,
into
but
quality,
a real storm is coming.
and I'm still at a good
Uh,
stage. The game looks way better.
Likely to be here by nightfall or like way in the distance, maybe a couple days.
I'm not sure, but at least half a day away,
What?
I think.
I don't hear you. Sorry.
Well, I mean,
Interesting.
I've never been around these parts before, so I don't know if there's any actual cover, but I'm pretty sure these kids want to get home as soon as possible, so maybe tomorrow we pick up the pace a little bit and see how far we can get.
I think that would be wise.
Maybe if it comes down to it,
No.
Hamatir, you can summon some more bubs and you do a taxi service, a carting service back and forth.
What's a taxi?
Like a cart back and forth. You know, like a traveling.
Oh, like a shuttle, like a.
What's the shuttle?
It's like a boat, but you have rope with.
Yes, like a back and forth, like transportation
ferry.
service.
Yeah,
A ferry.
yeah.
Ferry them back and forth.
Yes, yes, I can absolutely do that if push.
If it comes
to
down
shove.
to it, exactly. At least, you know, we can get there in time. But I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Nice.
Everything is gonna be just fine and dandy.
Yeah, we are still alive after whatever the hell happened on that mountaintop.
Yeah, that's kind of an achievement.
And to that aspect, are you wanting to do something, Bexxy, or you happy for?
Oh, no,
Walter?
carry on.
Okay. As for that,
This way.
Nix.
I'm gonna assume Nyx is given your clothing already.
Yeah, she's already like fully dressed.
Yes, I would assume that.
She's walking butt naked for half a day.
No.
No, I think that would be in like the back and forth. Like, yeah, here's your freaking clothes. How come you haven't taken the water yet?
Right, the water. And she tries to like find the since she has her stuff back, she's trying to find the pouch that has the water in it. I was like, wait, where is it? Where is it? Ah, here it is. Thank you for reminding me this, Nyx. And she takes the water and she's gonna drink it.
All right.
Can I ask you
It's
guys
a
on
mineral-rich,
very different subject on your opinion?
extremely clear water that passes
Is it okay for me?
through
Just like
your lips.
culture
It's
shock is
the
culture
kind
shock.
of water
I
that
had
makes you go, damn,
harsh culture
I don't
shock
drink this
to
enough.
respect
I should
about
drink
my
water
friend.
my whole life. I should drink more water. Just end of the story.
I wasn't like racist about it or like
And it's cool and tasty at first, but as it exits your mouth and travels down into your body, it lands in your stomach as a warmth starts to radiate from there, as if you were drunk, but your head is completely clear.
Before she moved to Sweden.
You gain double resistance to cold damage.
Did most of her things.
Wow!
Princess.
A fourth of damage.
Doesn't really do. It actually doesn't do that much for you, but you can feel that it even further fortifies you from the cold, and it bothers you even less than it did before. Has Asvada been affected by anything of this?
Has her mind been fucked up?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like that Marc from the Night Mother.
In the city.
But I don't think your memory was altered for that, right?
No.
Yeah, no.
No, it wasn't. You haven't had any of your memories fucked with in that sense. But for a moment there, you can feel like all doors in your mind just burst open, and for a second, you know yourself clearly. You know who you are, what you've gone through, and what is your ultimate truth. You can feel these waves lash at the paws of this snarling beast that is locked far into your chest, trying to keep control of that primal fury that always wants to break free now that you have become a werewolf. There's certainly an interaction between the two, but when this immediate effect wears off, you don't feel any different.
She gives a quizzical look, feeling this clarity, the brief interaction between the two, and then finally settling of no other difference. She still feels that beast is still caged up in her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "Oh dear. Nyx. Either a vial of water is not enough, or the water itself isn't enough to remove that curse."
Nah, I find it's like it's a single port. Yeah, it's corruption. No, you won't heal that back.
Oh, that's distressing. Did it feel like any part of that wolfy thing inside of you was touched?
I felt it interact in a way. That's why maybe it's not enough, a vial. But
Right. Well, luckily, I mean that's both good news and bad news. Obviously, the bad news is that you're still with this curse. But on the good news, though, it means that it's not like it's true lycanthropy, like we said. It just needs a little bit more juice, perhaps. And luckily, we are going to a place where there's all of the juice.
yes,
So much juice. However, as for that, if that still doesn't lodge it,
if it still doesn't nudge it, as you say, well, until a means of removing such a curse, I'm well fitted, I believe, to deal with it until then. Take that power and make it my own.
Not really the plan, as for that.
Well, it is what we are faced with now. What other option is there?
Well, recently I've been able to awaken something in me that allowed me to touch on my, well, not really ancestral, but more cultural backgrounds of cursing. So let me. Is there anything that Nyx would know on like how to address like investigating a curse that can be slightly touched by this water, and whether or not it's one of those things that just needs more power? If it's more a bigger soul usage, for example, just like when he healed Illyria, or where as he's been cursing other people.
Since it's completely subjective to Asphodel, I think it becomes rather apparent to you that it's just a matter of elimination. But there seems to be hope here, because there was... Asphodel did feel something in the moment. But the question is, what is missing?
What is missing?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel any connection to this creature within you, Asphodel?
If by connection you mean in its own little frosty cage, then sure. Oh, I did feel that mark, that stray marking, the bat, on my neck. When the sheer mention and possibility that I should take Alpha, there was that mark used my own voice to make me take that challenge, to do it even though I would rather not. Something to do with the Night Mother, I assume.
Did you feel something while your mark is...
Yes, not my mark, the bat one. It
You
is
said
trying.
that you tell me the next time that came out. When you would feel something different, you promised me that you would tell me, and you... I'm not mad, just disappointed. Let me take a look.
She just squats down to take and expose it.
Yeah, expose yourself.
No.
Okay.
Next to like a kind of... It's kind of like one of those doctors, those general practitioner doctors that doesn't warm up his hands to like cause discomfort because he's obviously kind of annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like really being rough, like...
Revenge.
Yeah, exactly. Come on now. It's like make it do the thing.
Oh, and she does the thing, activate it.
Yeah, and amongst Asphodel's own soul mark that shines this bright, clear, light blue, right?
Yeah.
Yes, there sits this little bat, shining in defiance, a dark purple.
Does it look any different from when I last saw it?
I want to try dying.
Make me a quick perception check with intelligence.
Check.
Wait, there's
I can check it out. 17.
It's hard to die,
17.
though.
It's not much, but it's a little bit bigger. And you also realize that the color it shines is exactly the same as your third eye.
It's also that I regenerate toughness for like I.
You willingly listen to this voice, Asfada.
Willingly? No! It was annoying. I certainly didn't willingly listen to it. And it was of the moment. It never had that happen before.
Question to the DM. When Nyx used his evil eye, did he see anything different? Like, did it change his perception of anything?
Yeah, give her a smack. Smack her.
I'm not saying like he had infravision or like some sort of true sight or anything like that, but did it seem different? Like extra depth perception? Could he see through this eye, or was it more just like he knew it was there?
I mean, you definitely felt something. Make me a quick presence saving throw.
That's just you.
Presence what?
Saving throw.
Save? What? Okay.
You do have a +2 because you are in Asphida's aura.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
because
Okay.
you do, and can I flavor like how it feels, DM?
Sure, go ahead.
Sure. That when you make this save, you feel a cold support,
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
pushing
Pushing
you to pierce whatever you are trying to do to overcome it.
A cold support, like a frosty bra. Got
Yeah,
it.
like a frosty bra. Yes.
Okay, a bra that's been kept in the freezer. Got it. Okay. Well, in doing so, I will lift and separate my saving throw with a natural 2.
Damn, so that's 13.
11.
I mean, I have inspiration. Let's do inspiration. I want to keep using my inspiration. I use my inspiration for this because I want to feel supported. I wanted to make it play out.
Or rather, it could
What's
feel
your
like,
roll a 1?
A 25 instead.
Oof.
oh, that's way better.
Do you remember how I described the feeling when Nyx stood in the presence of Strabon Savage for the first time?
Like cowering in fear, but holding himself together.
Yeah. Well, there was this warmth, this fire within your chest that spread into this warmth that you felt connected yourself to him, but it wasn't necessarily a warmth that led you that made you feel ultimately comfortable. It was a consuming kind of heat.
Hello, Myrtle. We will read to you now.
And that feeling rears its ugly head whenever you have used your third eye.
And that feeling is present now.
You look at the light that the bat symbol gives off, and you realize that it's of the...
Okay. Got you guys, my guy.
Like, it's uncanny how similar the color is, to the point where you're pretty pretty confident in is the exact same tone. And that's very unusual when it comes to magic, because soul marks are unique to its caster.
Okay. Then here, while staring at Asphida's corrupted soul mark
I drop down.
and feeling what I feel, plus chillily supported, I will close my eyes and breathe deep and remember a bloody chalice. And as my eyes open, so does another eye on my forehead.
Oh, fuck me.
And
Oh,
at the same time I say to Asphyda, don't resist.
She looks at. Does Hamartia have like a reaction? Like, can Asphyda see like Hamartia's reaction because she can't look behind her?
If Hamatia can see the eye, she would probably flinch and take several steps back.
And almost like magnets, they shine from the bat symbol, and the eye brightens in this close proximity to each other.
Do I feel anything?
And does Asphyda feel anything different?
Both of you make me empathy presence checks.
Empathy presence.
I'm good at those.
Myrtle,
25.
have you heard of our Lord and Savior,
Em-
the God Emperor?
Empathy presence?
Yeah, no composure.
Oh,
composure.
shoot. My bad. Dang, it was such a good roll. Alright. So it is 1d20
Plus
Plus
your presence mod without tears.
presence
Well, we're using your...
without tears.
No, since it's an
Oh,
empathy
no, if you have
check-
tears. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that tiers, ranks
A rank
modify
star.
your
Remember,
proficiency
always
bonus,
keep your
and then
Bible
your
handy.
ability score stands on its own. So,
Isn't it one? Damn it!
So 1d20 plus the tiers, so if it's a tier 3, it is 3 times 1.5 plus the bonus.
yes.
Right? Okay, so I
So
got
it's
1d20 plus 2
Plus 5.
plus 5.
Well, you're.
Oh, right, 3 times 1.5.
Yes.
And the proficiency bonus, that's already worked in. Never mind.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I forgot the brackets.
Well, now I don't have a shotgun though, so
Just do
I'm a
D20
little
plus
bit more
7.
useful against them.
No brackets needed. It's just /R space 1d20 plus 7.
Okay, did it go through? It's not popping up.
Nope.
Darn.
It's just
/R.
/R.
Plus 7.
Yeah. Whoa!
Yeah, let's go! Dirty 20!
9 for Nyx. Did
Oh.
it crit? Accidentally doubled? How did that
Oh,
come
that
through?
that was the first one before it was the plus 7. I was like, did it go? And then it's like,
Oh, you got a natural 20 beforehand?
Yeah,
yeah!
well, I will
that-
count with the one that is beforehand, though, then. I mean,
You
Yeah,
take
because
a
I
crit?
typed in like with the
my God.
brackets, and then nothing happened, and then you said, okay, /R, and I'm like,
That was
alright.
a long ass roll.
Yeah, it was, I don't know why it was so
Yeah,
delayed,
So
but...
that was a question of why Asphyda and Nyx are in exactly polar opposites of this experience.
I think in this scenario that, in the end, as you search inwards, Nyx's third eye, fades as the symbol kinda saps energy from it momentarily and shines even brighter than even when this kind of magnetism and enhance both of them. It's becoming almost blinding now, like almost like a Batman symbol in the sky, kind of deal.
How does Asphodel feel? Because she can't see behind her. She can't see what's going on.
Asphodel, you feel an righteous fury fill your chest. You feel frustrated and so ready to jump into action of removing this fucking silly obstacles that is in everybody's fucking way, preventing them to acting like reasonable, sane people and just stopping all of this charade and all of this bullshit. And you are the one to enact this change. Only you are strong enough. Only you have the vision. Only you can do this. You have the right. You are just. And they should fucking respect that.
There it is again.
Ah, yes, the god of the, he's an Omnisire.
Asphodel's eyes narrows and she says, Nyx, what are you doing, Nyx? Do you feel that? That annoyance?
Okay.
No, quite calm as for that.
Okay.
She doesn't say anything, but she simply like waits.
Yes.
Yeah, there's like right now in your head these bouncing whispers in your own voice, but like coming from different directions and like echoing inside of your own head, bouncing about like a myriad of ants chanting to you.
And can she say something within her own head amidst these voices?
Sure.
As Nyx is doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
That she'll say to these voices, your voice is not my own. I know that against these odds, you cannot do it alone. If this is the Night Mother's work, you are a foolish hypocrite to goad me to do the work that you can do yourself.
No, let's not do it.
The same sentiment continues echoing, and you're frustrated at it, but you cannot help to notice that in your moments of weakness, when you're distracted or feeling emotional in your own way, whatever this voice is saying, it feels good. It feels right.
And feeling this, I feel that Asphoda, while she does feel good, it feels right. There's also disgust and disdain towards it
Yeah.
by whatever is trying to bring this out of her, to make her be like this. Because this vision of herself is not her own, but rather the night mother's vision of her, and it is repulsive.
Yeah, so it's this very strange war within yourself that's going on. And it's a bit exhausting. Finally, when the voices kind of die down and everyone around you is staring at you, wondering if you're okay, and you regain your senses, the shine of the bat dies down. The aftermath of the war is exhaustion.
What just happened?
I could ask you the same thing, Nix. While you can say that you're disappointed in me for not divulging certain information, I would rather say that statement is hypocritical of you.
I mean, I was referring to our little pact should anything change, but I mean, this is something. And I'm gonna look around to see like Hamatia and Illyria if there's like. She said she backed up.
Hamatia just looks completely and utterly horrified by you.
What is going on, Nix? Whatever is going on with these marks, I do not know.
I'm looking for scripture.
I do not know what is going on, and how I feel. There is information being withheld here.
I'm not trying to withhold information. I'm a little clueless myself. I can only speculate, but I've never had the opportunity to even had the time to explore exactly the possibilities, or I woke up from a very vivid dream, and I knew something was different.
I'm not really helping much right now.
Do again see the hypocrisy there.
This is ages ago. This is way early, so like nothing has changed since that we've had that conversation.
Well, I would like to state for the record that even if you did withhold something from me, I would not feel disappointment towards you. I would rather trust that you know what you are doing and have faith in your decision.
I'm not necessarily disappointed in you. I was merely saying I was disappointed in the fact that you had yet to mention anything at the point of when it happened, you know?
She raises a hairless brow. Is that not...
What? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Is that not the same thing, Nix? But with more words and panache.
Look, we were at a certain point, and then, you know, we said, okay, if anything weird and spooky happens, we talk to each other. It's better if you've noticed anything or you feel anything. And I honestly, before we had that conversation, and until now, after that conversation, nothing has really changed in me. So I had no really... And I'm not holding any information that has changed.
You are making an exception for yourself. Since
No,
I did not feel any change within myself either.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, well, my apologies then. I thought you said that you did feel that it was different.
I felt different, not in me, but different as in another presence trying to goad me. It did not change me, it is trying to goad me.
Well.
into changing.
Something has changed, that's for that. That's the thing. Your mark is growing.
Well, that's irritating.
Irritating is one word, concerning is another.
Well, I know where it lies. This Night Mother. That statue. I didn't. Before I went here, before I came to Barovia, met any of you, there was a mansion, and I saw that statue of that woman, the very same one in the cave. There. I don't know how it all connects.
Well, in my dream, I had a figure offer me an opportunity, and that figure was in the form of my mother figure, of Madame Ivar. To me, it was instinctual to listen to her. It wasn't my choice, so to speak. And after losing her the way that I did, seeing her again made me feel like this was a happy dream. It was not a happy dream, as for that. And when I woke, I could feel a certain pain within me. Like a decision had been made.
I feel as though it is using aspects of ourselves or people, like in your case, Madame Eva, to sway us towards the direction it finds favorable for itself. Using us.
What it did give me, though, is this ability. An eye that allows me a certain cultural curse. And that seems to resonate with your Marc, as for that. And that in and of itself is fucking spooky.
It certainly is. At least there's a connection. That whatever it is with your mark connects to whatever the thing that marks me.
Hamatiar,
Yes?
would you mind coming on over here, please?
I very much, if you can tell off all of your spooky things, gladly help.
The eyes disappeared by this point. It had been absorbed by Asphod's Marc.
Hamatias skitters.
Yes. You have not been exactly shy in mentioning your affiliations with the power that controls your abilities.
Which power? You'll have to be a bit more specific.
We did mention the Night Mother several times.
Okay, so I was just confirming. Yes, well, I don't really know for 100%, but it's the Night Mother. I thought it was just like my regular mother that gave me these powers, but I believe that's not the case anymore, considering the fact that I betrayed her. I still possess these sort of things. Yes. What do you want to know? I mean, I'm not really good with Night Mother lore. I was
Calm
mostly
down.
kept away from it.
Calm down. I'm not expecting you to contact her like some sort of spooky seance. But we've had a bit of a realization here. Have you had a curious moment, somewhat recently perhaps, that something asked you to make a decision? Something you weren't exactly or totally on board with, and that you had to make a choice?
Bet I don't think Hamati ever encountered something of this manner.
Big boy.
Did you?
Oh, net guy. Oh, fuck. I am very much surrounded. I will need big man to save me. Oh.
I mean, there were certain points in your childhood where you consider that maybe turning off your empathy would be easier for you, you know, to fit in more with your family. But that didn't really feel supernatural to you.
Yeah.
So not really, but there was a moment where you felt something foreign
Where are you, Sean? Oh, you're all the way over there.
touch
alone?
your soul,
Come
so
over
to
here.
speak.
But it was with the stones. It wasn't.
Come here. Run back here.
Yeah.
Well, I did make a lot of decisions against my better judgment, but for what you're referring to, the closest thing I can recall would be when I touched the spooky stone. Then I got my other powers. But I don't remember anything that has to do with Mother Night.
I don't think so. I think it does have something to do with her.
No, I mean, Mother always does the rituals there. For some reason, which she didn't bother to tell me, but whenever I touched it, the figures that they touched some part of me, and they've instilled something there, or they've woken something there, but I don't really know what they did, but there was an effect, and now I can use these powers, but these powers don't feel dark, they feel comforting and warm and nice, and they feel like a breeze, not like a storm.
I mean, Nix has looked at Hamartia with his evil eye open. Does he recall if anything stood out in the same vein here? With Hamartia?
Well, they both died.
It was
that's
nothing
just
that
the way it is.
interacted like these
Kill
two
him.
basically extension of soul marks
I do
are
not have
lit
my
by
ability
themselves and strengthened in their
Yet. I cannot do
proximity
it because I don't have my
with
ability
it
yet.
just did with Asphodel. And no, it did not happen with Hamartia.
Mm-hmm.
I think the power that was sealed in these stones isn't Night Mother, because the Night Mother wouldn't. Well, these powers come from the Night Mother, and she'll use minor illusion to create a little raven. But they feel different. The emotions and the things that I have to do to control them are vastly different.
I wonder.
Source.
Could be the relationship between the two, between you and her, is vastly different with us.
Well, the only relation I ever had with the Night Mother was that my sisters and mother worshipped her. There wasn't anything else beyond that. I felt her presence in actual rituals that they did, but I've never felt her on myself, and I never prayed to her, other than superficially.
One thing is for sure, or at least to me, becoming a little bit more clear, is that these stones seem to be part of something that we have yet to really discover, but certainly seems in contrast to whatever is going on with the Night Mother. So
Wait.
Nick can bring out the map. Bring out the map.
Bring out the map.
Bring out the map.
The WTF.
Yeah. Wait. There were stones at certain places. This one here. And there was a point in time when we were like being told where the stones are, or like reading where the stones are, right? There was one over here, or like somewhere around here,
GG's.
and then another one like around here or something.
I remember that Casimir told you guys that he had seen
Yeah.
stones in a circle in the swamps of Beres on his many
Alright.
journeys to the temple in the mountains of Gakis in the south. Then I think Blue, maybe? Or was it Rick?
We have been told
Yes, you
locations.
I
I think it was like,
think
it over
you
here?
asked where Rin had her territory, which were in the southwest.
yeah.
Question, DM. Remind me that when they went to the stones in the first place, it was obscured with like heavy fog, mist,
yes.
right?
There was heavy mists. There were figures in the mists that danced around the circle in an even bigger circle.
And it kind of like what's going on with the big mist, like that Barovia is enshrouded in. Because Asphodel went up there. They were told of souls.
I mean, it certainly had an effect on the mists.
Okay. Wait a minute. Mist around these circle stones. Look at it. It's like the middle of Barovia. Those stones relate to the Night Mother in some fashion, correct?
Maybe. I think that whatever is in them, I don't think it's the Night Mother, more like something Mother Dearest wants to keep inside of them.
But didn't you tell me that you know your Mother Dearest does worship such Night Mother?
It does, but I don't think that whatever in the stone is the Night Mother.
I'm not
No,
saying that the stones are the Night Mother, but rather something relating to her. Because when we went there, remember the ravens, Nyx?
I'm not sure I'm with you here, as for the.
I don't know. It feels...
Listen, as for that, the power I got from them, I can assure you that they're not the Night Mothers.
I was more, theorizing along the same line as Hamati here. Whatever could be within these stones could be something as a benefit or a boon against what is happening to you, as for that.
Very well, then.
I wish that I had more answers, but I don't. I'm hindered up as much as you are.
Well, I just simply thought the mist there, the ravens, the statues, I thought she had something to do with the mist in general.
Maybe she does that.
In causing some sort of abstraction, some sort of confusion and hide things. I mean, but we don't know. But if we are going to be heading down to pick up Casimir eventually, we have to make a choice here. If we're going to be heading via the winery, I believe if it's true that there is some stones down that way, we could technically check that side out before heading over, and then loop back up afterwards.
Yes, after Kresk and
Yes,
Felix, of course.
Of course,
And
and
it
next-
certainly is
go
when
ahead.
we go. Oh, thank you. When we go down there towards the south, it's two birds with one stone. You just reminded that somewhere down south, what place? Swamps. Yes, swamps. There was a temple around this place named Berez.
Oh, these are the ruins of Perez.
Oh, excellent. Because I just remembered that that's also a place where the revenants could not go to. Similar to this wolf den, where a possibility where Argenvoss's head is.
Right. Well, we can make decisions based off of when we get down there. I think. I mean, if we are still heading down there, that was always the plan. Obviously, you will not hear us for the plan, but we thought, hey, we had Casimir with us, and he said, you're getting a little bit too fighty, so he'll wait for us down by the temple. There's a bridge down there, and he points to the bridge at the bottom. And we were going to go around here, try and find Gilly, then we found you, then we went, up to the werewolves, and then come back down and around, and then we would move that down. And this is the plan that we had sort of discussed.
And if we can get our hands on one of my sister, that'd be clearly to a lot more information.
Right,
about
but
all these things.
you were unsure about where she is, but we did send Muriella to try and track your sisters down, no?
Yes.
I wonder where she is.
Miriella.
Yes,
The Raven Lady, you know.
the
maybe
Blue
that-
Ravens from Valaki.
That. Oh, right. Forgotten. That was her name.
Well, she was a human, in human form, whilst we were in Valaki.
That feels like forever ago that I've already forgotten.
No worries. She's not exactly the most pleasant person. Very demanding. Completely forgettable.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you saw Mariella quickly when they went out scouting the undead army that was just east of Valaki. You saw Mariella in humanoid form for the first time, which was more of a younger girl kind of scenario. And then you have Danica and Irvin, you know, the owners of the Blue Water Inn, and their sons, Brom and Bray.
Those I remember, not Miriella.
I
Right, she
met
wasn't a child,
Mariella
no.
for the first time in the village of Barovia, who caught at you a bit and led you towards the tavern.
And who got it shot.
yeah, and then later on you met her indeed by the windmill, directing you towards the stones, and Calvin freaked out and shot it.
Okay, that's Miri. Oh, gotcha. All good.
Gotcha. So that's our plan. I think we should take a vested interest in these circle of stones if there is a possibility here that whatever is happening to Asudar is getting worse. And if it turns out there's even a potential chance that what is ever contained within this mystery of stones could potentially assist you, it's a long shot. But if Hamad here grew up with a Night Mother all around, and now she feels a certain clarity of peace, that's something to follow up on, right? I don't know exactly what's going to happen if we leave that mark of yours unchecked. I can't fix
Not
that.
about chin, it's not about your eye and your crown and your curses. I think you're as vulnerable as Asphodite is right now. To
Maybe
these
I
sort of
am.
influences.
Part of me doesn't. The eye, perhaps, but it's quite common in Vistani lore that only the truly exceptional Vistana can do that. Not
Yes,
patting
that's
myself on the
okay.
back too hard here, but you know, I'm pretty awesome.
No
In
doubt.
any. And the crown. I never feel an internal swaying from an external factor. I think that is a battle I have within me for me. I have so far learned one side of my lineage is. No. I have learned that the abbot was, according to his words, well, taken advantage of by Vistani, I believe. I don't know exactly who that Vistani is, but he was a clearly celestial being, and I have that in me. Whoever my mother was.
I see. It's more mysteries after the other. Well, I suppose we can speculate more as we walk.
Oh, I thought we were walking the whole way, more or less.
Oh, I thought we were like
Are we
paused.
camping? Oh, we can camp, but we still have to camp anyway, so this could just be a camp time.
Alright.
Yeah.
Could also be around
Okay.
lunchtime. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, exactly.
At some point, you sat down and rest either for lunch or for night. So doesn't matter. Okay. Camp is had. A little bit more of a chill attitude as you haven't walked all the way, even though it's taken you about the same amount of hours in the day. Your pace has been slower to accommodate for the children, and they definitely seem to have perked up from yesterday's march in the night. It's a quiet and still night, cut short by just the general exhaustion and all the questions and everything that has happened so quickly for you guys. I mean, it feels like it's been months, but it's just been days. But morning eventually comes, maybe too quickly, with a light dusting of snow and dark gray clouds above you. The wind is as strong as it was yesterday, but now it comes in erratic patterns. And Essie is looking uncomfortable.
Bad weather ahead.
Yeah. You definitely pick up the speed this day, pushing the children, because you realize that you are trying to stay ahead of the storm front. But thankfully, you still have the wind in your back. Still, an hour or so after lunch and an hour about before you reach your destination, that light dusting of snow was turned into a flurry, and that flurry eventually turned into a light blizzard. And together with the strong winds and the biting chill, the children are not doing good this last hour. Is there anything that you do to help to alleviate the travel?
Yes.
I do.
Yeah. You can go first, Hamartia.
Hamatia will summon her golden butterfly to give him temporary hit points.
Oh, okay.
And just like cover them in warm.
You can definitely perk some spirits up. Asphodel?
Asphodel will willingly turn into a her werewolf form because there's still fur, it's fuzzy and scaly, and it's much larger to have the kids like hop on her back, so she can haul around fast and provide some amount of warmth.
I will allow like 2 children being able to hop back.
Yeah, so
the
they
smaller
yeah.
ones. Yaska and maybe one of the younger ones.
Yeah,
So
so they
much
can
better.
rest their poor little baby feet.
Yeah. And they're so cold and, starting to get wet as well. Does Illyria have Presti?
No.
No.
Nyx would. He's still got 2 vials of water.
Yeah. That grants greater restoration and cold resistance for an hour.
Yeah. But they're little people. They only need half a drink. So you get. Unless you're saying like they have to have every single humanoid has to have 1 full dose. Despite body weight.
I will argue with doses here, not to exploit magical items.
Sure.
It's a dose.
Well, we already have Mama Kangaroo anyway, so if they're warm enough, I mean, anyone that if there are 2 kids that couldn't handle the cold, with what Tomato is doing as well as what Aspher is doing, then it's kind of like a thermos flask, like here, this will keep you warm, like straight up whiskey almost.
That's true. Hans and one of the other kids were transformed into werewolves, so those 2 kids can wolf out. But
Yeah.
Wolfing out. Let's go.
So they can keep warm.
Indeed. So Melivoy would really enjoy the thermos. Because he's
Sure.
struggling a little bit as well, but he got good stamina, but
I'll give him one.
affected.
I'll give him a dose.
That's nice.
Because we're heading back to Kresk anyway. We can refill.
But with these with these aids, you do stave off frostbite. The travel slows down just because of the general visibility, the wind that catches and pulls you in different directions. Still, it's generally in your back, and with the quickened speed and all of these things, you do make it to Kresk's gates.
I make sure to mention to the kids to de-wolf before we get to visible range.
Yeah.
And that's for the
These
2.
tags as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone put up normal people faces, people.
I'm a normal dragonborn. They may have never seen one, but
people doing normal things.
Don't be
normal
suspicious.
humanoids. Don't be suspicious.
Normal
Don't be
humans,
suspicious.
No fake creatures or cursed beings around.
As you get to the gates, there's actually no guard outside because the weather has turned so bad that they have all stayed within the towers. But you call out to the best of your ability on top of the howling wind. And eventually when somebody peeks their head out, they're immediately, of course, suspicious. Eventually they recognize who it is and what they have done. For Kresk, Illyria, Nyx, Hamardia, but then they see a kid that they recognize and call them out by their name, which is Ilya. And eventually the doors open and you're welcomed by a small crowd. Dimitri comes running, actually. And he scoops up Ilya in his in an embrace, and he cries like a little child.
And see. We stop.
Emotions.
Yes. Ilya seems to be a little bit taken aback, very happy to see his dad, but it's still this kind of disassociated like look on his face. He's still affected by something, but he does reciprocate. And Dimitri does this hasty welcome to you, but is completely engrossed by suddenly a piece of his family being given back to him after being completely alone. The only Kreskov that is left. There's also another family that runs forward and grabs one of the kids up in an embrace, one of the non-werewolves. Soon, Dimitri returns back to his home, as I said, completely obsessed, but there are cheers and calls for another party and an excuse to party. And you
Break out the wine.
Yes, break out the wine. You are offered a feast that night for bringing back 2 of the children of Kresk. And now, considering that they have a well-stocked food storage, their graves are going undisturbed during the nights, and the children that were taken, at least a majority of them, are back. All the problems that Kresk had, you have resolved.
Yeah.
And did they get notified that, their affliction?
Yeah, did we get like the memo?
Yeah, we gotta give them the memo, like.
Yeah, we gotta give
like,
Dimitri the memo, but he is a little bit unavailable right now, unless you wanna like.
No, I wanted to do something with Asoda here. Like, if the whole point of like proof of concept here with these kids is to introduce Asphoda to the pool of Kresk.
Absolutely. That's
And
wrong.
say like to the source of where these waters were that kind of scratched that problem that she had, and explain to her like we all had this rejuvenating experience of recovering our memories and stuff. There's a lot of celestial power here, and if there's anything that potentially, if we need more potency, taking away from the pool was always going to be a diminished experience, but climbing into the pool might be a little bit more to scratch away that curse within.
Well, should I do that now? Am I permitted? I don't know the customs here.
God, your consent about customs now, Asphoda?
These customs aren't kidnapping children and killing them, now are they?
Hey, you don't know there were kidnappings here.
Gosh, this is also their primary source of water, right?
No. This is not for technically drinking.
Oh,
I mean, you can drink it, but it's not like it's their source of water. I mean, he gestures to the snow that's falling around. There's enough water around.
They do use it though for their agriculture, which you're able to do year round, which also the abbey relies upon.
True, to like have crops grow and stuff like that, but that's also celestial stuff. This is okay to bathe in. The water's not gonna like disperse for Asphoda's. Asphoda's not that big. It's not like a bathtub overflowing.
yeah, no, like, as I was more concerned, it's like, is this their water? I'm not about to taint it and go like dirty the pool.
I mean, you wouldn't be the first person to jump in.
Well, in that case, she steps into the pool.
All right. You think it would be cool, but it's actually just above your body temperature.
Cool.
So it's not necessarily a hot tub. but it's not uncomfortable.
Wait, what is that? So that's body temperature.
Yeah, it's already like minus 15 inside her.
She's already well chilled.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, it's
It
a
came
warm
pre-refrigerated.
Well, the water doesn't really work in that sense as in specific temperatures. It's just, it's more mystical than that.
It's a warm tub. To her, at least. It's just slightly above her bod temp. But go on.
Yes. It is completely clear. Goes up to just underneath your knees. And there's this darker spot further in, but still kind of centralized, but a little bit further towards the back. That is just, seems to be a hole that leads into the bedrock itself. Telling you that this pool is fed from below.
Okay. She goes to the deeper parts to be as submerged as possible.
It's very nice. Comfortable. Cozy. It's a little bit hypnotizing watching that crystal clear, like, blue water. The undulating surface.
As she's in it, she's expecting something to happen, and like looks at Nyx. Is there a magic word or something? Do I drink more of it? I'm
Nick-
gonna drink more of it.
And Nyx was remembering like his experience with this water. Like he literally had to get close to it to be influenced, and like as for the just walking straight into it without a care in the world is like he's got this quizzical look on his face, like huh?
And she just like kind of puts her snout down and gonna like take a little sip. It's like, is this how I do it?
It was a manual.
The same experience as before. That warmth pulling in your stomach, the excellent taste, but also feeling that water kind of swell over the edges of that knot, that core which sits your primal beast that has now awakened in a visceral manner. But there's tension, but there's no resolution.
Well then, Nyx.
Is it working? Do you feel less poppified?
How do I put it? It feels that there's a strong tension between the water's power here and the wolfy side, as you put it. But neither, it's like, it's at a standstill.
Nyx looks defeated to a certain degree.
Asphodel gets
His
out of the water.
Shoulders slump.
She gets out of the water, kind of like shakes it off before.
Like a dog.
Yeah, like especially the tail part. But she goes over to Nyx and puts a huge claw on his shoulder. Don't be discouraged, Nyx. It simply means that the affliction is a lot more stronger than we anticipated.
Oh, I know, but I encourage you to do this. This was my idea. And now you are cursed.
A curse, to me, is only a curse. If you let it be like that. How I perceive it, while one could call it a curse, I will take it as another piece of arsenal to be used until it is resolved.
As for that, this was not meant to go this way. You weren't meant to have more stresses. It wasn't meant to. I didn't want to fail you again. Thought I was being so smart, and now
She kneels down so they're more at eye level. We both thought we were being clever. It is not all on you, Nyx. You did the suggestion, but I ultimately made the decision.
weren't even talking about becoming a werewolf if it wasn't for me, as for that. You were against it from the start, and I changed your mind.
I was more against their ridiculous traditions about it, how much it clouds their own rationale and reason. They have a human gifted an ability to be more resilient to nature, squandered by foolish fanaticism's belief that hinders their own choices. That to me is irritating, troubling, and ultimately ridiculous. But take that away. It's simply another tool to use.
You're being so brave.
Brave. I would have to be afraid first to be brave.
Didn't want you to get hurt, that's for that.
Nyx. What happened involving Kiro? I put you in that danger as well. I've not forgotten it. I thought I was being clever to continue the assault. A fight to the death between us, but did not occur to me that said fight would bring others in it, believing it'd just be the two of us. Don't put it all on yourself, Nyx.
How can I not? You wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for me.
Can I tell you something, Nyx? I would be here regardless. I'm here in somebody else's stead. I'm not here because of you. I want you to know that. Me being here is not a fault of you. It was my decision, my choices.
Nyx kind of looks away,
As for the
hearing the words, but not really believing them.
she takes her other hand to make him look at her, like, look at me.
Look at me.
Don't give me that. Remember what I said around that campfire? All these blades, yet you pointed at yourself. Why?
because I'm a screw up.
She snorts at that. Screw up! I beg to differ, Nix. A screw up wouldn't have the capacity to imitate Strahd so well that I was fooled believing you died. You had the power that ultimately changed the tides. That was you. A screw-up would have already been dead. You are far from it. I am alive. Amartia alive. Illyria alive. All of us are alive now because of you.
Nick stares into Asphida's blue eyes, hearing affirming words that seem to have never been said to him. And his red eyes tear up.
Asphyda leans forward to give him a hug.
I'm sorry, am I intruding on something? Down the road, you see this pretty swole, but not the tallest man with this strawberry blonde hair, strong mutton chops, strong mustache. You recognize him as Grigory Strum. And
Hi.
he is carrying a huge and seemingly heavy package.
Wait, yes, I'll take it. Having a bit of a moment here.
Oh, I'm very sorry. I don't think you can carry. Maybe I should just put it down.
Yes, just put it down. I'm a bit weak, sorry.
Is that a small joke?
We should supposed to leave this. The burgomaster told me to get this out of the collection of my father and bequeath it to the heroes of Kresk to do whatever they, want to with it.
Yes, I'll deliver it. Don't
I
worry.
mean, this is an
have
heirloom.
money.
This is a family heirloom, so respect it and want it to be cleaned at least twice per week.
I'll clean it.
Take care of it, respect it. It was my father who did it. And he's like being very, like almost nannying the package. Like puts it down. He is about to put it down into the snow. And he's like, no, this won't do. And he walks over
Just
to the
give me the
grass.
package.
You can't carry it. I'm sorry.
Why not? I'm
You
a person.
try to pick it up and it's too heavy for you.
Oh, okay. Maybe we can split it up a little bit.
Hey, it's one big packet. How are we going to split it up for you?
What is it?
It's a gift from.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb. As I said, go back to whatever you were doing. I can take care of this.
I mean, it's fine. Nick's kind of like rubs his eyes, trying to play it off like, he's got something in his eye. Who sent it?
Dimitri asked me to take out the most grand piece of my father's achievement in the forge and bequeath it to the heroes of Kresk for, the children and everything. I mean, thank you. It's you deserve it. But as I said, pay your respects.
Mattia, feel free to open it. I mean, it's clearly rude to keep it packaged up.
Right, I think the heroes of Kresk should open it.
That's you too, Hermatia.
What did you a part of when you went up and clobbered the abbot and demanded food from the Fidatov? And brought back children here? Weren't you a part of that
Yeah,
strange
I
little
get-
woman?
I give an assist here and there, but most of the heavy lifting was done by these three.
Take
Just,
the win, Hamartia.
Sheesh, fine, I'll take the queen. Sheesh.
Okay, let me put it down here in the grass by the gazebo. And he puts it down, and it has this kind of wrapping done by like this long, like wide thread. And he opens up the bow very meticulously, very carefully, and kind of like lifts the lid. And inside, there is a gleaming piece of armor.
Oh.
Give me. What does the armor look like? Yeah.
Is it like a samurai armor? Is it
If you go to your handouts and into the items, I will now reveal an item for you.
Ooh.
Ooh.
where is it?
Plate.
Ooh.
Handout.
Oh Jesus,
Ooh.
that's gonna, it's gonna look
As
later.
Can you wear it?
she
Like-
sees this, and she gives a look like you've never seen her before. Like her stoic demeanor all of a sudden lights up. Her pupils dilate, no longer thin slits, but huge circles, and the asphyxiation just her focus shifts all on this armor piece.
Mm-hmm.
As her head moves towards it, completely enamored.
Mm-hmm.
Is it beautiful, stunning, radiant? And she puts a gentle like claw over it to like touch it. Look at it, spotless.
Yes, and it very much is. Like it gleams like it was crafted yesterday.
Look at the armor work, the small little scales. And she gets even like closer and closer to it. And you see like her tail like is slowly swaying back and forth. A family heirloom. Truly unique.
I mean, it was a crowning achievement of my father. The best work he's ever done, if you ask me. And he got special permission by the burgomaster to temper all of the pieces in the pool.
Temper all the pieces. And she doesn't remove her head like from how close it is from the armor. Instead, her eyes only flickered between Hamartia and Nyx.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem that you two could wear it.
It's freaking heavy.
And I don't think and Illyria she already has a sword, a shiny little sword.
I don't
take
think-
the armor. It's for you. Go ahead.
She immediately
Yes,
hates it.
Haspera, take the armor, says Illyria.
And she immediately dons it carefully.
And with this armor, it swells and stretches to exactly fit your size.
Holy shit. She stands in it looking at her armored hands, her feet, everything. And she looks at the party.
Nix is standing there with his arms crossed in front of him.
How do I look?
Oh, wow. You look like you came out of a fairy tale.
I liked you in the dress.
The dress is nice, but this...
Oh, he's got like a big grin on his face as he's saying it, completely sarcastically.
You see her lips, the corner of her lips is like struggling not to smile, but it betrays her. But her smile is like crooked, her teeth is poking out. But it looks absolutely demented. But she doesn't, because she doesn't know how to smile right.
It's kind of like gets a little bit freaked out by it, and like still grinning and smiling, looking at Hamatia like that's freaking nightmarish.
Hamatia will capture that grin in order to know how to intimidate people later.
Good.
You there. Where can I thank this burgomaster and the one who forged this armor? I must properly thank them.
Well, sadly, my father is resting in his grave. And I've taken up his forge, and I've become the best smith in all of the lands of horseshoes.
She marches up to this smith and picks him up. You are a godsend to these forsaken lands. Thank you.
Thank you! Thank you for the appreciation. My horseshoes are of the highest quality, and I'm proud to be the son of my father.
From horseshoes to stunning armor, you are a shining diamond. You, I don't know how to. How can I repay?
Oh no, hush you. I can't. Like, there's that blush that starts to spread on his cheek.
No, I must repay you. You do not understand how long it has been to even don amazing armor.
Well, it would be nice if somebody came and bought my horseshoes for once, maybe spreading the name of the best horseshoe maker in all of Barovia.
Consider it done.
Perfect, I'm happy.
And she puts him down.
He also points you in the direction of the burgomaster, but says that he might be busy with Ilya, so be careful as you approach that. But, as we momentarily leave Team Trauma behind until next week, we do so with a pretty happy heart. Though, we shall remember and think about whatever consequences this excursion of yours will spell for the future. A stalwart ally has for now been chased away by wolves in mortal fear. Strahd's ally in Kirill is murdered. Most of the children of the Red Fang pack has been relocated to Kresk, and perhaps the most egregious of all, an impersonation of the proud tyrant Strahd von Sarovich has taken place. But that, my friends, we shall explore during another night of Curse of Mother Misery. Yay!
Oh my gosh, Rexy, thank you. It's finally at last!
You're not naked!
It's been